Guys, welcome back to my channel, Sharp Designs by Lakeisha, where I am designing my way through life and balling on a budget. Today we are all up in my room because I redid my headboard. You can see it behind me here, and I'm gonna just talk to you guys a little bit about how I did it. I made it about 4 years ago, right before we bought this house. I found this good tutorial online that was very thorough, so I am going to link it in the description box below. So my bed is my favorite spot in this house, and my throw pillows, as you can see, and my sheets are very important to me to make sure that I am comfortable. I want to tell you about an amazing collaboration that I got to do with a brand new American company that sells sheets that are non-GMO and chemical free. And let me tell you a little bit about those before we jump in today's tutorial. The collection is available on their website, BEDSCAPE.com, and I find the sheets to be very classic and timeless. The ones that I chose are the Percale 300 thread count, and they also have a sateen, which is 350 thread count. It comes in this cute little packaging. That holds your sheets. And normally when you think about thread count, you would think the higher the better, but these are actually very soft. I wasn't expecting them to be, but they are super soft, and they're just going to make my night sleep amazing. So I am going to go ahead and get these put on the bed and show you guys how they look. Oh my gosh, they feel so good. The sheets are made of 100% long staple cotton and available in 2 different fabrics. They have the Percale, which is what I got, and that is 300 thread count. And then they also have a sateen that is 350 thread counts. My favorite part about these sheets was this super cute packaging that it came in. And this is like a little baggie, so once you wash your sheets, fold them up and stick them back in here. That way you don't have to worry about going to try to find your pillowcases. I know I lose pillowcases and socks all the time. So yeah, this was super cute. And if you are interested in purchasing these sheets, I will have a link in the description box below for you, and you can use the discount code YouTube30 to get 30% off. Now let's get into today's vlog. So to get started on this project, you're going to need a few things: a staple gun, some fabric of your choice, some batting to go over your foam, staples for your staple gun, some buttons. You're going to need some upholstery thread, some upholstery needles. I have some shorter ones that I used when I first made this, as well as some ginormous ones. Alright guys, so this is how my headboard looks from the back. I don't know how that pencil got stitched in there somehow, but it did, and it's been there for 4 years. This headboard has not moved since I hung it 4 years ago when we bought our house. So as you can see, it does actually work. It's never fallen or anything. And the way it is in the back, the first thing you want to do, I opted for pegboard. The instructions that I'm going to post, or the tutorial that I'm going to post in the description box for you guys to follow, that breaks it down very well step by step, is going to actually use a regular piece of, I think it's called MDF board, and she drilled the holes. But another tutorial that I found, I'm recommended using pegboard. That way all you have to do is go in and mark where you want the holes to go, and as you can see, I kind of circled them and spaced them out how I want them to go. Following the same instructions that are on that tutorial, and that way I didn't have to actually use a drill to drill holes, because I have no idea how to do that just yet, and I didn't feel like waiting for babe. So the first thing you want to do is find the center, which is why I have this line here, and then I marked my 3 holes for this row, and then I worked my way out, spacing it out so that it could come into a diamond, as you can see here, 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 and then I kind of have that going throughout the entire headboard. And then once you have marked out all of your spacing, directly on top of this is my foam that you can kind of sort of see down in here. It's directly on top. I have my 2 mattress covers, and then directly I sprayed some spray foam, some spray adhesive down to stick that to the board. And then on top of that is where I have the batting that I showed you guys earlier. And this is a smaller piece of it that I still have left over from 4 years ago. It's this huge sheet, and this is what you're going to use to also help keep the foam in place. You're going to stretch this out across the entire board. As you can see, it sticks out all the way around. All right, so after you place your foam, your batting, and the material, you're not going to staple it just yet. You're going to want to put your buttons on because the material is going to be pulling a little bit once you start adding the buttons. You're going to put the button on the front, which I'm going to show you guys how I did that with how I'm going to do that with my new buttons, because I'm not going to take the staples out of here. I'm just going to take the buttons, cut the buttons loose one at a time, and I guess this will be the first one that I do and add it in. And then once you stick the button in on this side, the needle's going to come through the hole here, and you're going to pull it up, and you're going to pull it tightly, and you're going to staple it so in a zigzag pattern. So you're going to pull it in one way, put a staple, pull it this way, put a staple, and that's what's going to keep it from coming apart. And again, it does work, guys, because this headboard has been hanging for 4 years in my bedroom and has not moved or budged or broke. The only thing that messed up was my buttons on the front, and that is because Miss Dakota decided to pull them apart when she got bored one morning, and she's also wrote on my headboard, so I'm going to try to get that out. So yeah, so stay tuned. I'm going to show you guys how I am going to do my new buttons. And then after you finish all of your buttons, you're going to have all these zigzags like this on the back, and you're just going to staple it around the perimeter, pull it tightly to make sure everything stays in place really good. All right, guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is take off my old thread. Go ahead and get that pulled out. This needle is big as hell. And then my old button is up under here. I'm going to pull that out. This is one of the ones that Dakota jacked up. This is, you can also, I purchased new buttons this time, but I made my buttons last time. It had a piece on top that I put an actual fabric from this on there and made my buttons. So it was a lot of extra work last time. So here's where you can see me doing the zigzag pattern with the thread. I'm just taking the thread, pulling it in one direction very tight, stapling it, and then pulling it the other way, stapling it, and just going back and forth into a zigzag pattern. Some of the staples weren't going in as tight as I wanted them to, so I just took my hammer before I let go of the string and kind of knocked those in place where I wanted them. And once you're all done, this is what it should look like. And for some strange reason, this really helps hold the string in place. I don't know how, but it does. Mine never moved. Just wanted to come on and give you guys a quick update of what's been going on. I've been working off camera because this is very tedious and takes a lot of time. So I don't want to like drag y'all through the entire process, but I want y'all to be able to do this if you would like. So I've done quite a few buttons, and they are coming out pretty good. I'm really loving. That's another pin mark Dakota put on my headboard. And then I've done like the bottom row. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. And then this is these are the other buttons, the first buttons that I did with fabric similar to the headboard. And I think the diamonds really add more of a pop factor to it and look really good. You can see the difference in the new buttons versus the old buttons. So we just finished hanging the headboard, and I completely forgot to show you guys how it's hung, but it's just hung up like a picture frame. I got a little kit that has the piece that goes on the wall, and there's another piece with a ring on it on the headboard right there that you just hook onto the piece that's on the wall, and it just hangs up here just like a picture.